Hey everybody, good evening. Here we are in session 13. We're definitely in the second half of the course now. And tonight we're going to do an operating theater exercise in mob programming. And so then this week our theme is mob programming. Tonight you're going to see it. On Wednesday you're going to do it, and that'll be the first of three sessions where you'll have an opportunity to mob program. And it's the next three Wednesdays. So please plan on being here in class at least for the first two. I ask that you attend at least two out of the three in person and participate in all three. So I got some exciting stuff coming up. But then interwoven with that, we'll also be just looking at the rest of the course here, the remainder of the course. We'll come back to the REST API project next week as you dive into that. And then we'll also get started with writing Android applications, which will be sort of the last topic that we cover in the course. Stuff is, getting exciting, and so I hope that is stuff that you find compelling. But hey, but before we dive into to mob programming, what can I tell you? Project 4 is due on Wednesday. I've gotten some good questions about it. It's the first time I've ever offered that project. The database content is brand new, if you couldn't tell. Things are a little rough around the edges. I had to update the assignment a couple times based on things that we've learned. So how's everybody doing? Where are people at? Are there any challenges that you faced? Yeah, Jay.
So there was a little bit of something weird going on between the objects being passed into the field DAO or whatever
Yeah.
it is. So instead of recreating the entire thing, I edited the provided code. Um, so that kind of smoothed things out. One thing though, we just barely got a ping from the Java creator, both Steven and I.
Yeah.
That the pair programming stuff is missing, even though we definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me talk about both of those. Actually, I'll do that first. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So no, that's all right. No, that's two questions in one. I'll answer the second one first. Yes. So right before class, I sent everybody two emails because I forgot all of the Canvas stuff. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah. So here we are at the middle of the term. I want to make sure that I've got all your grades recorded correctly. See if there's anything that I've missed or if there's anything that I got recorded wrong. So I sent everybody a summary of their grades. And yes, because the reflections on pair programming haven't been graded yet, it shows up as a missing grade. So it doesn't mean that you haven't submitted it. More likely, you can check in Canvas to see if you submitted it. More likely, it's just because from the gradebook's point of view, the grade is missing because it hasn't been generated yet. So yes, sorry, and I'm sure that probably caused a couple of heart attacks and stuff like that. But just I asked Ju Young to prioritize the project 3 submissions over the weekend. Make sure you get feedback on those, and then yeah, he'll get you with the he'll get to that when he gets to that. But thanks. Now back to your other observation. I wanted to explore a little bit more about what your experiences were with Project 4. When you said like the DAO was awkward, was it the phone bill DAO, phone call DAO? Like which? Okay. Because one of the things that I'm curious about this assignment, and maybe this is something we can dive into more details on Wednesday, once more people have sort of gotten to finish and submit, is the paradigm of like especially the dumper, which the whole idea is that it takes the phone bill object and writes the whole thing out to the destination. I was wondering if that was going to be awkward with the relational database, with the database table, because it's like, well, the database table already has the N-1 phone calls in it. And what did you do there? I'm just curious if anybody has like found that to be awkward or had to do, or felt that didn't work for them. Yeah.
Kind of hacked my DAO apart, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna read from it. We're gonna make sure, like we're not duplicating calls, and then we're like, and then
Yeah.
dump it back in. That was the kind of like, I don't like, I hadn't really had to like get into my SQL on that one because I was unfamiliar, and also, oh right, this is simple. It's like it simply dumps to it, but actually we need a little bit more advanced behavior because if you just dump it the way it is, it's gonna duplicate phone calls.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. And yeah, because like as I was designing the assignment, like, oh yeah, that'd be a little awkward.
And that caused me to like, I had to implement hash code for my object, for my phone call object, so I could like make sure, is this the same object?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah, equals in hash code.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I suppose the other approach, if you had the object track its ID, you can add stuff to the phone call. And you can say, well, if it doesn't have an ID yet, then insert it into the database, populates ID, but it's all right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just curious. Again, first time out, and so then I already got a couple of good things to add to the assignment for future times if it's offered, if I have a chance to teach it again. Nice. I can't remember if I've asked how many of you have taken a databases course before? I think okay, some of you, half of you, or okay, actually most of you. Okay. Okay, because I didn't know if there's gonna be like brand new information to people. I just don't know sort of how the curriculum databases is that a required course or is that an elective?
I mean, it is, but.
Sorry, it is required or it is an elective?
Sorry, it's a required course.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Wow, how fancy.
Yeah.
For me, it was an elective, of course. Or SQL hadn't been standardized yet when I was in college. Anyway, even though the S is standard. Okay. Oh, interesting.
They're very relaxed about the order in which you take it, so I took it sophomore.
That's why.
Okay.
So
Okay.
technically required.
Okay. Well, so then that's interesting. Yeah, I probably should have asked before I spent all that time explaining SQL to people. Well, I hope that the lecture was like, was a nice jog your memory anyway about all the syntax. Although I heard someone say that they didn't use never used prepared statements before. So at least that's something new. Certainly JBC is new. Excellent. Okay. What else would you like to know? What else would you like me to know? In terms of how things are going with the course, how things are going with the projects. Any questions about what's coming up? I don't need to have my face up there anymore. No. Nice. Okay, well, let's dive into it then. Mob programming. Oh, this needs to be zoomed out. Okay. Oh, and sorry, I posted this in the Slack like over the weekend, but I'll post it again. It's funny they call it a handout, the document for tonight. Okay. Well, so, you know, one of the things that we explore in this course are various aspects of contemporary software development. And we spent, a couple of weeks exploring pair programming. And now we're going to spend a couple of weeks exploring mob or ensemble programming. So, in pair programming, you've got two people working with each other. And, the roles, there's a driver, there's a navigator, and you all got to experience that and see what it's like. And that helped us explore test-driven development using the katas, writing code together. Now we're going to spend some time working in mob programming, which is also known as ensemble programming. If the word mob is it's one syllable, it's nice, but it's also it doesn't really mobs are much more collegial and friendly than mobs with pitchforks and torches and stuff. So the idea here is, hey, if getting two brains on a problem was good, what if we had 4 to 6 people? What if we had, a bunch of people all contributing to a problem? And so then, I go into some more of the history in the lecture and things like that. But but really, it's shown to just engender not only better solutions, but also solutions that more people understand. And there's a lot to be said for that. So I'm a big fan of mob programming. So not what we'll be doing tonight, but on Wednesday we'll start. We'll start actually. Well, we're not going to breakout rooms. We're dividing up into groups. Divided up into groups. And we'll do what we did for pairing with mobbing. We'll have a couple of code katas to work on. They will be more interesting, a little bit more complex than the ones that we did with the pairing because there's more people on it. We'll all work in a GitHub repository, but at least there'll only be 4 people committing at the same time instead of 12. And we will get an opportunity to experience and practice mob programming. But first, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do an operating theater exercise. So this is where we'll have people here in class mobbing with me so that we can all observe. Yep, some people will get to experience what it's like being part of the mob, and other people will get to watch. And we'll all talk about what we learned. So I do want to say a few words about mob programming, but for folks here in the classroom, actually I didn't have a chance to do this before class. I created a new tennis project in the college repository, so if you could pull down the latest changes. And then I guess I forgot to add the developers section here. Developers, yep, cool. And then let's see here, name, and then we'll just do role. Roles, we'll just say, oops, role, and then you can choose. Well, actually, I'll do all the roles, so I don't even think we need this. So I'm just going to create a bunch of developer sections here. I'll have mine, but 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, however, we'll have 6 of us total. Oops, I did it wrong. Sorry. There you go. I duplicated the wrong section. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll put me. First one, oops. Added developers section. 2.xml. Cool. So yeah, if folks could pull down this change once I push it up, and please sign up by putting your name as a developer in the mob, and then committing and pushing it. Let's only do people here in the classroom here tonight. But for the third mob programming session, if you want to participate in a remote mob, which is completely valid, you may do so. There'll be a remote option on the third night, but this Wednesday and the Wednesday after that, please be here in the classroom. So while folks are signing up, I do want to talk about what mob programming is all about. Now, I hope you had an opportunity to watch the lecture notes. Watch the lecture or read over the notes about mob and ensemble programming, because much like pair programming, there's more than just like the name, right? A lot of people, especially with pair programming, it's like, great, it's just 2 people working and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, there's structure to it. And it works better, especially at first, when you follow the structure. So, the idea behind mob programming is that it gets all the brilliant minds together and working on the same time and the same system, all focused on the same thing. And again, the thing I really like about it is that what you end up with is not only a well-informed solution, but a well-understood solution by the entire team. I've just seen so many times in my career where when you've got some part of the system that only one person understands, it just causes problems for everybody, especially that one person who's then burdened with that for a long, long time. So I go into lots of detail in the lecture, but there are a couple of well-defined roles. In mob programming, there's still a driver, right? There's still a person whose hands are on the keyboard. The mob programming literature refers to this person as the intelligent input device. And so then the driver is it's very much like pair programming, where the driver is asking questions about like, well, what do I do next? Or hey, where should I go to fix that problem? There's still a navigator, and the navigator has a little different role though. Where in pair programming, the navigator is just thinking in their own head and talking with the driver. The navigator in a mob is also listening to the rest of the mob to understand. And so like an anti-pattern is when it's just a mob where only 2 people are interacting and everybody else is watching. The idea here is that it's meant to be a whole group conversation. While still making progress. So then, and the navigator, because they're taking input from the rest of the mob, they become a kind of facilitator of the mob. And the navigator will ask questions and explore details before ultimately guiding the driver on what to input into the device. And then everybody else in the ensemble, everybody else in the mob, are thinking about the problem, are engaged in the solution, and are providing the navigator with advice on what to do and options to consider. And the nice thing about having, multiple people on that is it allows some amount of parallelism. So you might have some people in the mob that are often researching something, or maybe working something out amongst themselves, or having a rapid conversation with the navigator to determine ultimately where to go next. Other mobbers might be more in the in recording decisions that were made. These are very important things when it comes to developing software, to understand the why behind certain approaches, or maybe documenting certain practices that that are effective, that you want the mob to continue to do. So again, lots more details in the lecture, including some more, advanced roles and kind of characters almost that you can play in terms of how you engage in the mob. It's there's some cool stuff out here, but let's just start simple, especially tonight, as we just understand the dynamics of mob programming. So there's some good advice that I recommend that you employ when mob and ensemble programming. When the designated navigator, just like in pairing, should speak at the highest level of abstraction the driver is familiar with. So for instance, hey, maybe you're in a mob and there's someone who's brand new to unit testing, and so you need to say, right, type, at capital T test, and then declare a method, as opposed to someone who's more familiar with it, which I hope you all are by now, and you say, yeah, write a unit test that does this. The driver knows where to start. But remember, one of the things you need to figure out is what that highest level of abstraction is. Um, there are core values to mob programming, and they're kindness, consideration, and respect. You've got people working together. You've got people working together on a problem for a long period of time. And you want to make sure that everybody is engaged and involved and feels welcome in the mob. It doesn't do any good to have one or a couple people running ahead of everybody else, or shutting down conversations that could happen because you lose potential good stuff for the mob. And so then, as you're working, have the navigator or one of the mobbers, have them pay attention to the dynamics of the mob. There's a lot more dynamics with like 6 people all working on the problem than there are 2. And so, look for people who maybe are a little more pensive, a little more quiet, or people that, have the least privilege, the person who is, newest to the team, newest to the role, is the least, or is just from in general, a community, or, hasn't had a chance to, participate. And again, I call it those more advanced roles, which are cool, and things to keep in mind. But we're not going to start with that. It's not like we're going to be like playing Dungeon Master and have everybody take on their own role and everything like that. No, no, no. Let's just start with this, trying to figure this stuff out, and then probably by week 2 or 3, you'll say, hey, I'm going to be the anthropologist, or I'm going to be the nose. Yeah, I know, right? Right. Well, yeah, right. Well, and that's a good point, right? So if there's like a particular skill that an individual brings, leverage that in the mob, and so then say, hey, we just wrote this code. Where is it vulnerable? Or hey, how can it be refactored? Those kinds of things. And that's the cool thing about a mob, is that you've just got so much more strength and power there. Let's see here. So here are some of the resources. Really, really good stuff. Sorry, where's that video? Do I have a link to the YouTube video? Maybe
What cats?
the what? Sorry?
Your regular website.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's actually let's go watch that real quick. So yeah, oh yeah, right here, video mob programming. Yeah. So okay, so I mean, I told you what mob programming is. Let's take a look at like the original mobbers doing it. Oh man. Skip ad. Computer, skip ad. There we go. Theater mode, do not attempt. Seriously, what was that? It didn't give me the option to skip it. Ouch. Yeah, guess what? Okay, sorry. That was loud too. That was obnoxious. Okay, luckily I wasn't sharing sound, so hopefully it wasn't super loud for the people. Yeah, okay. So I'll make this big. Let's see, you know what? I'll optimize screen sharing. There's no sound, but I'll optimize it for video, because why not? Optimized for video, the whole thing. Great. So this is a time lapse of like the original mobbing team. Uh, they're mobbing. Now we can't see what the screen is, so the screen is well purposely off screen because they're at work and stuff. And these are folks at a company called Hunter Industries that actually makes like um uh water spray things, right? Like sprinkler systems and stuff like that. It's kind of wild that they were the people that like invented this. But the whole idea is that they're writing all this embedded software and there's all this specialty knowledge, and they realized that they could like all work together. So here we are. So this guy is driving now. And you're seeing him work. They're all talking to each other. They're all engaged. Those are the rest of the navigators there. So the product owner is someone who knows a lot about the what needs to be developed. He comes in, hangs out for a little while. There's Woody Zool, who's we have answering emails and stuff. But hey, they just like completed a bunch of work, and so then okay, cool. It's an hour has gone by. Now it's time for for a break. And so now, different people come to the keyboard. People come and go. Hey, as they've got stuff to do. And this is okay because the work keeps flowing even though people come in and out of the mob. Nice. So now it looks like yeah. So this is so the guy with the good hair is Chris Lucian. He actually hosts the Mob Mentality podcast. Really good podcast. Not only just about mob programming, but just like programming and software in general. Good stuff. I know. Yeah. Right. Yeah. This guy, a sad desk lunch. Everybody else is having a good time. I don't know. Hey, introverts, right? Well, I mean, that's a good point. He's probably doing that to recharge. I'm sure that was his choice. And everybody else in the mob respected it because, hey, what he, needed was just a few minutes of quiet time to do some other stuff. And now he's ready to go again. So, as they point out, this is people actually working together, not just handing off work, but people are engaged. People are, and work is getting done, throughout the day. And it's not one person, alone at the keyboard, and stuff all the time. People rotate through, which is, again, still, a really important technique to make sure that, you can sustain your energy through the day and that no one person dominates because the results just won't be as good. And so, yep, they're we're getting on towards the end, and so they're saying, hey, listen, everything that we need, we've got all the right people. So, yep, all the brilliant people in working on the same problem, same. I guess they're being dramatic here at the same time on the same machine, same computer. Right, and here it is. At the end of the day, I think people are getting loopy and stuff. It's time to go home. But look, a ton of work has gotten done, and everybody in that room understood what's happening, what happened, everything was going on. Oh, stop it. Gosh, now I know why I pay for YouTube. I cannot stand YouTube ads. Like, you know what? Could use some money anyway. Yeah, right. I could probably do that too. But yeah, it's then they'll come after me. Anyway, so that's what mob programming looks like. And tonight, some of you in the classroom will get an opportunity to experience what it feels like. So, in this operating theater mobbing activity, we will basically spend, the rest of the class or so, with I don't know, six, or if everybody wants to participate, hey, we can figure it out. Maybe people can rotate in and out of the mob. But we'll do what we did before with the Pomodoro technique. So we'll work in, I don't know, seven, because I want to rotate through people, 7-minute increments. And then we will switch up the driver, the navigator, and the mobber. So I'll start as the initial designated navigator. So I'll get things kicked off. And then, okay, I guess we'll do an 8-minute followed by 2-minute reflection. And I think here, I brought the cards and everything like that. And so we can do a reflection. And, more so than in pairing, you can get a lot of benefit by understanding, hey, what do we want to do differently in the future? What are the things we want to try in the next round? And so then at the end of the reflection, then we'll rotate. So the designated, oh wait, that should be the current. not the navigator, the driver. The driver is the one that will commit the changes, push them off to GitHub, and then return to the mob. So they're done. And then the current driver becomes the next navigator. And actually, that's kind of nice because the driver usually has good context for what was just done and also some ideas of what they want to do next. And so I found that having the driver become the next designated navigator is pretty effective. And then we'll just go down the line and have the next student become the new driver. And so they'll pull their changes into the clone of the GitHub repository. I think what we'll do here in the classroom is we'll use this projector right here. I've done it up here before, but I think it would work better if we all sort of, huddle around one of the side projectors. We'll give it a try. And then I'll plug my machine into the wall, and then if everybody goes to join the Zoom and share their screen that way, that'll let you work out your keyboard, but everybody will see what you're typing. And so then we'll work on this tennis kata, which is just scoring a game of tennis. Oh, question in the chat. Oh, I cut out. Uh, yeah, no sound. Can other people hear me on the Okay, so other people can. So Molly, maybe it's just you. Okay. Oh no, okay. Yeah, Molly is like, okay, good, good, good. Well, I had one of those, tin cans on the strings or whatever it was, and yeah. Cool. No, thanks for speaking up though. Um, we'll be doing this tennis kata. So scoring the game of tennis. Hope folks know about tennis. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's sort of. So it's a little, yeah, I know, right? Tennis used to be way more popular. I remember as a kid, like tennis was popular, but now because it's one of the only sports on TV. It's like golf. It was like on Sunday mornings and stuff, and so didn't have a lot of choices. But now, yeah. So anyway, oh wait, is this more jokes about tennis? That is true. It's all about pickleball. That's a good point. Yeah, we could score pickleball. No, we couldn't. Um, yeah. Actually, pickleball is easy to score. Anyway, so the whole idea in tennis is that the scoring method has this nomenclature associated with it. So you've got two players. We'll just keep it simple, right? So one player playing another player, and one player serves, and the player that serves, if their serve, well, basically, if the opponent isn't, so there's a person serving, and we'll call the other person the opponent. If the opponent isn't able to return the serve, then the person who did serve scores. And the way the scoring works is that you start off, well, with 0 points each, but it's called love. And then when the first time that you score, you get 15, the second time 30, and the last time, and then after that 40. So, right, kind of weird number. It's I'm sure it was the British or something, right? Um, compared to this, cricket almost makes sense. Anyway, I don't know much about British sports. So anyway, so you get up to 40, and if you've got 40, and you win, so your score is 40 and you serve, and the opponent can't return it, then you win the game. However, if there's some special circumstances. So if both players have 40, so they've gone back and forth, and each of them have 40, the game is said to be in deuce, which means that the winner basically someone needs to score twice in order to win the whole game. So if the game is induced, the person who wins is said to have the advantage. They haven't won the game yet, but if they score again, then they win. Otherwise, if the player with then again, yeah, if the player with advantage has the ball, they win the game. If the player without the advantage wins scores, basically the person without the advantage, sorry, the person with the advantage isn't able to return it, then it goes back to deuce. A state machine. Yay, computers. So yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, there are some more there are some more rules and stuff like that, but we can work through this all in the mob. Um, yeah, and well, no need to look at the example. But yeah, so that is the oops. That's the game of tennis. Great. People are signing up. Sweet. Good. Yeah, we got 5 of us. That's a good place to start. And of course, if anyone wants to rotate in, we're happy to bring people in. So anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Um, Anything else you want to discuss before we start rearrange some furniture and get here? Oh yeah, we're rearranging. Come on, that's yeah. Before we get set up for the mobbing.
Do like a U shade thing.
Or actually, yeah, we could do a U. We could also maybe just put. I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll pause the recording. I don't think we need to capture all that stuff. But then yeah, and then I'll have my computer positioned such that you can, people who are remote can sort of see what's going on. Hopefully hear okay. But yeah, Ed.
You're gonna be some external input for the like sort of
We'll have to figure that out. How do you model, right? Yeah, come on. All right. How are we going to model? And, hey, as the first designated navigator, I'll ask what tests we want to write, right? I think that'll help us sort of understand what is the interface to this. Yeah. And I think, let's just start with like writing some classes and giving them reasonable names and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Cool. Okay. Let's move some furniture around. So I'm going to pause recording, but we'll.
yeah.
So let's take a few minutes and talk about this. Let's yeah, no kidding. This is let's understand the problem domain. I think that's a great way to start the mob session here. I'll just put 8 minutes on for us to talk about that, and then before we start coding. So yeah, so like what are some people's ideas in terms of like either the things we need to model or not so much how, but like the what? Like what might the Java classes look like?
Naming the players.
Mm,
Like
yep.
how many players is the total? It's obviously 2.
2. Yeah, right. Yep.
How to get the score. How to translate the score from numbers to English.
Yep.
I think we probably I don't think we would increment by 15, 30 because we have love and that's a string. So I think we're probably just better off with an incremental, let's have all these human readable strings in a list and then just increment through that.
And the thing that it reminds me of was like the buzz that we did at earlier in the course, because we didn't represent it as literally fizz buzz. We just had we have one that represents fizz or whatever number it was.
Nice. Okay. Good thoughts.
Seems like there's 2 phases to scoring. I don't know if it's worth doing this where it's because the first phase, 11, 15, 30, 40, you're counting up. But the second phase is you're just kind of bouncing back and forth between the advantage and deuce.
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't really mean anything to add at that point. You're just kind of changing the state. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's worth.
Yeah, it's good to consider though.
Yeah.
Should make it simple so it doesn't repeat itself a lot. Make this inefficient.
Yeah, because once they're at that state, they can't go back, right? They can't go back towards incrementing.
Yeah, they can. It shouldn't be able to do that.
When they hit the deuce stage.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just introduce either you win or you go back to that state.
yeah, but you don't go back to 15, 30, you're
No,
stuck.
no,
in
you
that
go back.
state. Okay.
That's the name
Oh.
ramp. That's the name ramp.
Yeah, so that could be its own different state.
But you can't go back into from 40 to 30. Right?
Say it again. I didn't hear
can't
you.
Go back 40 to 30, so.
Yeah.
No.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you get to 40-40, once you get to deuce, then I guess it's advantage player 1, advantage player 2, that kind of thing. Or advantage player 1, then goes back to deuce, and advantage player 2. Nice.
And that only occurs if one player's at 40 and then the other player catches up. Because if one person gets to 40 and the other player hasn't caught up, then that player wins. So it's only during that.
Yeah. So if your score is 40, if the other player's score is not 40, and you score and you win the match?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is all stuff that we need to get clear on the verbiage of. But then yes, if basically your score is 40, the other player isn't, and they score, then they win. Then the player who serves wins or scores wins. Nice. So yeah, I'm daydreaming about some unit tests that we can write here. Good.
I think one for incrementing to check each string, if we increment it should be love, if we increment it should be 15, 30, 40.
Yeah. Okay.
Instance with their names as the player 1 and player 2 to distinguish them.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Like a different player object or something?
Yeah,
like
like a player object that
Yeah.
like it's like being controlled or like has or like is in another class, like maybe like in the name or something of like another class, it's like a match class or whatever, that's like. Doing stuff
Good.
on the player classes and getting information from them.
I think you could also very easily just have them be strings. And then, like, have some sort of constructor that passes in a string as their name, and then the string name becomes the variables within that class of tennis or whatever.
How do you want to keep track of the score? Because it was pointed out it's super weird. So like,
Like in like the match class or something.
I hear match and like that's like a tennis term. I
Oh,
don't
the
know if
game
you-
set match,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah, yeah,
match,
yeah.
like a collection of sets, which is a collection of games. I think we're just doing games, right?
I just
Maybe.
use match because.
Yeah, or just like tennis game or something like that. Actually, well, can someone write some of this stuff down, maybe on the whiteboard?
You know.
Yeah, right. Thanks for staying closest to the whiteboard. Yeah. So like, yeah, what do we want to call? Let's sketch out some of the code that we might want to write. So like, what at least from the terms, like what terms we want to use. So like, what do we? Yeah, like what are some of the nouns here that we're dealing with?
Like game, player, and score.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I like that.
like a game has two players. Player has a score. I guess a game.
Oh yeah.
So maybe well, we could just figure it out.
Okay.
Well, we're not just design the
So it'd be like two players. Okay. And then what about the game?
Well, let's see here. You need to ask the game, hey, what's the score of the game, as opposed to the score of the two players? Because then, right? Because right, I think because you want to say, yeah, I mean, like the game will tell you it's love, or it's love 15 or something, and so then, or it's deuce, or it's advantage player one, right? So I think that those are the kinds of things. Yeah, so it definitely has, like we talk about like the behavior of the game. Yeah, it has the ability to get the game's score as opposed to just the player's score.
But at this point, I think player object, the only thing we want from the player really is their score, right? So do we really need a separate player? We could probably consider the noun.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do we
Good point.
really need objects for this kind of class? Because what I was thinking is we just have two, like, we have a dictionary of scores, and then we have just like
I mean,
two integers or something.
Player name in the game, then you can only have two players.
Oh,
So getting a player class will be a little too much.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking like of like how the game would even go, like maybe like the players is like the one or like maybe there's like a method in player to like swing the racket or whatever.
Oh yeah, well we want well yeah, and so maybe it's not so much about swinging the racket back and forth, but definitely about like scoring, like who wins or like what's the right verb for saying that
Point, maybe.
yeah, right.
Scoring.
Player one.
Scores. What do they have? Let's see here. If you win the point, so maybe it's win point. Is like what's the verb? Like what's the name of the method?
Win point probably works.
Yeah, win point.
Is someone driving?
No, well, no, we haven't got. We're just talking at this point. We're talking. We're making notes, and we only got 42 seconds left before we dive in. But yeah, actually, so then could you make a? Let's see here. Probably it's like the game has like a method which is like player one wins point. Right? Maybe I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In here, like.
Yeah, just make a note of it so we remember. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think likewise, the score doesn't necessarily need to be its own class. It can be a whole under game.
Is what exactly?
No, that's all right. Yeah, we were saying a lot at you. So it was like the method would be like player one wins point.
I feel like just P1 score makes more sense.
Ah, okay. Let's
Like
give it a try.
P1 score, it means that like P1 has gotten a point. So like,
Gotcha,
it would-
okay.
It would
Is
increment.
this like a unit test? or-
No,
Oh, we're getting there. Oh,
And then I think.
excellent.
Okay.
No.
If it's a unit test.
Okay, awesome. This is great. Okay, so I'll be the first navigator. Actually, no. Let's take a moment. And let's retrospect on that because that was good. Let's even though we weren't coding, let's see here. I'll choose a card. Let's just put 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, the question is, how did we ensure everyone felt included and valued? So included and valued, how did, like, as we were just talking now, did everybody feel included and valued, and did everybody see people being included and being valued?
We took input from everyone, I feel, everyone got a chance to speak,
Yeah.
everyone participated.
There's no talking over people.
Good. Good.
Like we waited for everyone to complete their thought before like talking, hey,
The problem with
we
that
could
was,
try
like,
this.
I wasn't able to keep up with the notes because like, there's so many ideas.
Yeah. Well, and thank you for taking notes, though. I appreciate you, you're one who's closest to the board, but also, thank you. And your handwriting's so nice. Thank you. It's very legible. I'm jealous. Although not jealous enough to actually work on improving my handwriting. So, yeah. Nice. Other things about just the dynamics we want to talk about. Anything that sort of stood out? Things we want to be sure to do again in the future, maybe try to do differently as we start diving into code.
Is it weird? Because I think we were talking about like several things at the same time, which is like, you've got nouns that describe things, but like the nouns are like, are they actually classes? Right? We're talking about the things.
Yeah.
Because I have a mental model that I know I didn't communicate, but that's fine. And also like, okay, we have nouns, we have verbs, right? Are the verbs the methods on the nouns, right? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I guess it just takes a little bit of time to get used to.
And to translate across people.
Yeah, 'cause
Yep.
it's all still nebulous too. It's not like there's a thing that we.
I think once we start writing some code,
Yeah.
we'll see that's it'll be pretty good concrete about what makes sense, what we all agree on, where the disagreement lies. Nice. Cool. Any final thoughts in the last 8 seconds?
Continue to listen to each other, even if you may have a different take on the solution.
There you go. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah, putting together some working agreements. So great. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Like I said, I would be the first navigator. Who wants to be the first driver? Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, could you please get on the Zoom? I will go back. I will stop sharing. Great. And share your screen, please, so we can all see. I'll just put mine into full screen mode.
Can you see my screen?
I mean,
Yep.
up there. It's up there.
I guess.
Wait, what do you mean?
Could you make it larger?
Yeah.
Sure, let me get rid of all of.
You can hide the command line. I don't think you did.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle of my screen right now. Oh, here, this might help.
And the console as well.
Yep. Everything's kind of just right where I don't want it to be right now.
Yeah, isn't that the way?
The droid zoom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. That looks pretty good.
You see it okay?
Yeah. Okay, excellent. So then I'll kick off our first Pomodoro. So 8 minutes. So I recommend that we start writing some unit tests. What ideas do people have for like
Oh, God, yeah.
a good like first unit test? Like what's
Maybe run that one.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, let's make sure that the code works. Yeah, great, good idea. Yeah, good, yeah,
right.
good, yeah, good sanity check to make sure that everything builds. Okay, that's good. So let's see
AI
here.
stuff.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, what is like remember the bowling game that Uncle Bob did? Like, what is the simplest tennis game?
I was
One person just get like get to the full score immediately, like completely.
Okay, so like, yeah, so like a player, a player scores. Other ideas?
And wait, like start with player names?
Yeah.
Say more?
Oh, like just start, here's player one's name, here's player two.
Gotcha. Okay, create a new game.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
That was in our thing.
Yeah, building off of Ed, instantiate who is player one and who is player two.
Okay. So like we'll give them names. This won't be player one and player two. Okay. Good deal. Okay. So then how would that look as far as code is concerned? And actually, sorry, what would the name of this test be? What would be a good name for this test?
Can't name initial players.
Okay. Yeah. So if you would then please create a can name initial players unit test. Nice. Okay. And we're talking about having this instantiate an object. What would be the name of the class that we instantiate?
Well, I mean, don't we
just have one called tennis.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Just create a new tennis list. Yeah. Okay.
Tennis.
Yeah.
News,
You could name it like,
and then pick like makes your name.
Maybe something like that.
oh, so like
Okay.
two players? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
You
you have
can
two
only have two
players of
players.
tennis.
yeah.
Right.
Oh.
You must have
That
two
makes
players.
sense.
Okay, and what names we want to give our players? Name your favorite
Tell
tennis
me what
player.
I should name my player.
I can make-
Venus and Serena. I mean, really, is that? Are there any other tennis
Name
players?
two.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
That's how we do.
Very
That's
good.
how I do it.
Nice.
They need to be very
Okay.
effective.
Nice. Yeah. And so, what do we want to assert here? So, like, what are we testing?
Tennis is a no.
Assert that the names are set correctly, I guess, for like a field.
Okay.
So are you saying like there would be like a,
We can make like a public field that.
Let's not make a public field. I'm gonna blow the whistle on that right now. Let's have but instead of a public field, we have an accessor method. So like a get
Like a
player
get
one
one,
name
yes.
or get, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So
would
then,
it be like tennis dot get name? Like that.
well, probably get
Well,
player one name and get player two
You
name, you
can
think?
assign the variable or put it in as or that.
Can you say that again, please? I didn't.
Like assign it to a string or you
Okay.
can put the entire thing into the assert that.
So I'm a little confused what we
So
can like
like,
it to do.
like string player one equals tennis dot get name one, or,
Yeah,
and then,
so-
Player one.
Yeah.
But I think it should be.
Like that.
Okay.
yeah,
And then assert that.
Yeah, you need to import it. Yeah.
Yep. And then assert that.
Player.
But player one equal to, yeah. Let's help them out here, guys.
Player one. I've been using contain string, but.
I recommend equal to,
Name. Name string for
Yeah, contain string should work.
okay.
Contain string. Name.
song singing for.
Wait.
No, I
name
think
one.
that's,
Yep.
Name.
You just string literal, yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Just-
the entire string that you don't assign to, you haven't assigned to like a variable yet.
well, let's finish writing the test first. So like,
Yeah.
what should we put in here?
Get
Quotation
name
mark.
one, like
one.
that's like
Yeah.
whole string, yeah, that.
There we go.
Nice.
And then it's asking you to import the,
Oh, let's see, I got it there.
and then you need to, yeah, just
I
click the
think it's
first
this
one.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
you
you
could
go.
go up there and do that thing.
Perfect, done.
Well, I see some red, so let's
Run the test.
yeah, okay,
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's.
yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It failed, hooray!
put on your silly hats.
Actually.
Okay.
Sounded.
So then, what I recommend that you do is use IntelliJ to create those methods for you. So, do you know how to do that? Or like, can I offer you some help doing that?
Yeah, isn't it just create constructor?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
And
Yep.
then,
And then
Nice.
strings, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm looking at the Zoom to look at my.
It's
Okay.
the big monitor.
So this dot name one.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay.
Okay,
And then of
so
course we need
got
a.
some- and again, you can have IntelliJ do the heavy lifting
Mm-hmm.
by, yep, doing that.
Oops.
Right now.
Oh yeah, sometimes it doesn't do that, or like it doesn't create it automatically. That's what I've noticed. Oh,
Interesting.
okay, you have to
There
look
it
at that
goes.
submenu. You just.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, so
you
Alt
don't
enter.
Initially do it. Alt enter.
Or option enter, depending on your package.
I'm like, oops. that's all.
How did you get that?
Or that?
I did the number.
Enter. There we go. Okay,
Nice.
thank you, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And
Right,
then,
and looks like we have to make the get player one method.
Mhm.
So probably just return the string, just to get her in the center.
Bubble.
oh, since they're getters, so IntelliJ can also generate getters for you. Would you like to talk about how it might do that?
Just hover over.
So if you go to the, I believe it's the code menu, there's a generate
Go there.
menu item. And sorry, you need to go find the three bars. So move your cursor to the top of the screen and it'll reveal the menus.
Go to like the three
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Implement methods.
Oh, it's not being shared. No wonder. Yeah. It would be generate, I think is the name.
Oh, we don't
Yep.
see any.
Sorry, we don't see that. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
And
go
then
for
there's
that.
getters and
Yeah, it gives a.
oh no, well, you're doing it in okay, you're doing it in the it has the wrong context. It's doing it in the context of the test. You want to
Mhm.
click into the tennis class
Okay.
and then go back up to code generate.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yep. And the reason I knew that is because we're talking about like setup methods and stuff. There you go. Yeah, getters. And then it'll give you a sorry, this is, I don't know why this isn't be. Well, maybe it's
It's
because
there, I swear.
okay, yeah.
Are
He
you?
might be sharing his just the IntelliJ instead of the whole desktop.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, I swear.
Yeah, right there it is. Yeah.
It was doing that. I swear.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna put it in kind of a weird
Let me
place,
go
but
back
yeah,
and
it's
Fix that really quick
thanks.
and stick it down here.
Nice. Okay.
Hooray. Now when I run. the-
Oh, interesting. Yep. Okay. That's okay. We're done with time. This is good.
Wow.
Layer one.
Okay, let's while Jay's finishing up the code, let's do 2 minutes of retrospective. I'll choose another one.
Push this up.
Yes, please. Please come in and push. Oh, this is a good one. How did we handle situations where someone was struggling or needed help?
Kind of gave pointers.
Guided them through like UI or just like we discussed. How we should do it. Like we just gave our suggestion like, hey, you could do this or you could do that. And if they were like struggling with syntax, then
Yeah.
We could
What
like.
do you mean? Jane?
Oh, sorry, people are talking about something that's going on here.
Oh,
There's a much like in there.
Yeah, there's like a merge problem.
Yeah,
Well, because people are, yeah, I just do a git polo, probably okay.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, just-
But it's still, it's
Just
like
give it
rejected.
there.
There's a question about on the Zoom.
So I just keep, I guess, pulling and pushing
Okay.
until it goes through. Oh, there's a question that came in. Do you want us on Zoom to participate, interject, or just observe for this session? You know what? If someone wants to weigh in during the retrospective, I think that's fine. Although the speaker, I won't be able to hear you very well because I'm not on a good speaker.
This is the speaker.
But yeah, Aaron, if there was something that you wanted to weigh in on as part of the retrospective, great. Otherwise, I think we'll just have the mob talk about the code. Although you're probably sitting there like, biting your tongue.
Still merging. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
you
so
submitted the.
Yeah, commit contains problems. Let's see, leaves full. Okay, all files are up to date.
What is that? It's like
Push.
Anthony the other day.
I don't know. That's why I was like, I'm gonna do it the other way now. And there we go. Now it's fine.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Thank you, IDA.
So let's see here. Yeah. Oh, there was time's up. Nice. Okay.
Perfect timing.
Okay. Well, good. Okay. I'm going to return back to the mob. Jay, you can be the next navigator. Who'd like to be the next driver? Really? Okay. Yeah. If you could hop on the Zoom so we can all see your screen.
Very
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, my hair looks bad today.
Just glad I have hair to look at.
Stuff everywhere.
Awesome. Looks like, yeah, it's like you've pulled down the changes. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
There we go.
Awesome. So let's see here. You have the changes? Are you okay? Well, I will put 8 minutes on and Jay, you take the wheel.
So since we did the first init, do we want to omit the player 2 now?
Do we have a passing test? Yeah.
Yeah, that too, yes.
Right, yeah. Let's get the test.
Looks like the first one now fails because we put in the new constructor.
Ah.
You probably, yeah, I don't think we need that, but sorry. And is it Esau?
should we start talking about, oh wait, no, we need to get player 2, yeah.
We don't, I don't think we need, I don't think any value for that first test.
Yeah, I think so as well.
You can just add an extra value to that test as well.
Either that or just remove it, because it's kind of.
Yeah,
What
so-
should we do it?
You could add a default constructor there. You could add a default constructor with nothing in it.
Do we want a default constructor though?
I'm just a bit
Yeah.
confused about this error that I'm
That's the only
getting.
way you can do this.
It's because when we created the constructor in the last role, now it's saying that the default constructor is
Okay,
expecting an
got it.
argument.
You can probably just remove.
I think we
that
can just
test.
remove the test on line 12
Just remove this test entirely?
Yes,
entirely, yeah.
Okay,
Get that sucker out of there. There we go.
okay.
And then go ahead and rerun the test, please.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right,
Nice. It's green.
Okay.
Yeah.
back to green. Okay,
I think we should add a player 2 to that one, just to test that as well. I think we're okay doing that.
Yeah.
so
This says both players instead of.
So on that test, I think add a
another
string player 2 equals tennis.
Which, like, on C?
If you copy 13 or 14,
Yeah.
yeah, just below it.
Okay.
Sure, I can do that. I'm thinking this way, I guess did I just put on my navigator shoes?
Hit player two.
We're having multiple
Yeah.
navigators.
And then a third.
Assuming it's contain string, name two.
Yeah,
And then
make sure to,
player 2 as
yeah.
well for the first one.
Like,
Argument. Yep.
Okay.
Thank
Right.
you, Light. And then go ahead and run the test. No, it will fail.
Yeah, we have player 2, so I think it'll pass.
Look at that, it passed without problem. So we can go on to our next test. So
What-
now that we have our players, what is our next step?
Are we ready to add a point?
Pointing
think so.
system? Yeah,
Maybe
Well-
incrementing points?
But even before that, I mean,
Make
if
the
no one
test-
scored, if no one has won a point yet, or if no one served,
Oh.
there's still a score to the game. So, I mean, should we try for a score of love?
Yeah.
But like against.
we start at love.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what should I be testing for exactly? I'm like hearing, I'm hearing concepts, but I'm not exactly hearing like a test.
Let's go ahead and name the test, score of love.
Sure.
Love.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, for that we would need to make another tennis object, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to do the same thing?
sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
No harm.
Like,
Name one and name two.
Okay.
Okay. Now that we've initiated the game.
Yeah, tennis dot get scored.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just tennis dot get scored. Okay.
Well, that's fun, right? Because we can only return one value. So is it gonna be like a straight, like love, comma, love?
Well, I would imagine that what we get from the get score method would be a string representing the actual score. Like there'd be like maybe 2 ints representing.
So that's the second step, maybe. Let's have a more base level where we just get player 1 score and get player 2 score, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I think what we'll want is a single description of the score, because eventually we'll have to accommodate something like deuce. Whereas like the game, right? So it's not so much.
Okay, yeah.
So there's both, but I think from the outside, yeah, we want to have something. So like, yeah, I mean, like love or whatever. Yeah, I think it's love is how it's usually said.
Mhm.
Or not.
That'll be I feel like that would be the string representation of the.
But yeah, I think we should start there because
Base
ultimately it's
data.
what we want. Yeah.
So where, here, I just put this down.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
String equal to that, string score equal to that.
Okay.
Could I wait for the string there?
And then I guess we could assert that it equals love dash love,
Yeah.
or however you want to
Yeah.
spell it.
mm-hmm. And mobbers, confirm whether this is true or not. Is the score of love and love 0 to 0?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's.
In the-
okay,
Yeah. No one has scored yet.
Yes.
So be equal to. What's
I
yours?
guess, yeah, I guess the word love dash. the
Love,
word
love, yeah.
I love dash.
Like that?
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yeah.
This article from dictionary.com in 2010 says it's love dash love.
Nice.
Thank you, Google Earth. Knowledge.
Yeah, there you go.
Knowledge.
That looks great. Let's go ahead and run the test.
Okay.
Oh, we're in the red. Hooray. Let's go ahead and create that method through IntelliJ.
Okay.
Right click it.
Okay, great, I didn't get scored. That's what we want, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Hooray.
Yeah, it's just where it's putting it.
Just like return a score.
Okay. I think,
Turn up the
I
entire life.
just return love, love. That's what I.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Minimum possible effort to get it to pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Hey, maybe we should rerun it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and run the test.
You passed.
Nice.
Let's go. Okay.
Alright, what's next?
I guess
I want to refactor it too.
But that's what you do after grade. That's what you do after grade.
I would like to refactor that to be a variable we instantiate in the class instead of a just returning love.
Momber, I think that's a great idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
So let's have a,
We're
when,
good.
yeah, in the class, when we create our, when we make the, when we, in the constructor, let's have our score variable, this dot score
Huh?
Is that score 1 and score 2? 'Cause there's
default
two
to
players.
love.
Okay, so you're saying that there should be like a field right here? That's
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
I
I,
think it's pretty intelligent, just like make it,
the extract method.
Extract.
but-
so like I do that.
Extract. Do we want to do the 2 steps?
So it'd go up here. Here's field. Okay, cool. I think that's what we want, right? Is that,
Mhm. And then
that'd be score?
name it like, yeah, score or something. School.
Okay. That,
Okay.
and then. Oh,
Let's run it and see if it passes. And if so, commit it. Nice. Okay, cool.
Okay. Okay, wait, so passive.
Sweet. Okay, thanks. Okay, let's do 2 minutes. Do we want a predefined card or is there something that we want to, any observations people want to share? Just want to have an open popcorn session.
I think because we're getting in the nitty gritty, I think people are becoming a little bit impatient on sharing their ideas. There was a little bit more talking over, so let's try to not do that this time. But overall, I think it went well. How did you feel, Driver?
All right, I mean, yeah, there were times where like people were like talking a lot and I didn't exactly know where to go next.
Hmm.
Cause that's like, what the navigator's supposed to do and like the mobber's supposed to like help the navigator, but it felt like there was just like a ton of opinions going back and forth.
Hmm.
And sometimes I did feel like I kind of just like did stuff without like confirmation, like the score thing right here, like, because I didn't exactly understand what I meant, like what you meant
Mhm.
by what I wanted, and like wanted to do something new, but perhaps maybe I shouldn't have done that. I just wanted to experiment, but maybe that wasn't the best time to experiment.
Give it like a shot.
Yeah.
Do we need like is it supposed to be like a clear flow of like mob ideas to navigator, then navigator to driver, and it's like, hey, mob guy.
Let's give it a try. I mean, if that's something that you want to,
Well, it's not- I
experiment,
don't know
you,
what's
I don't know.
supposed to be.
Well, I mean, I think the intent is that it doesn't really, there's no rigid structure. There's not supposed to be like a X and then Y and then Z, and then we
Yeah.
get a solution after.
Yeah, so
It's just,
the mobber that like has an idea, then I'll listen, but like, I think the navigator's one that like, does the executive decision. Most of the time.
I think it's kind of like a choose your own adventure type thing. I think it can be as rigid as you want it to be or as loose as you want it to be. It's just communicating those things.
What do we need?
So Yelena will be the next navigator. Who wants to be the next driver?
Really quick,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think someone asked a question.
no, that was we already.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like way
Thank you,
early.
though. Yeah. Appreciate that.
We have a navigator?
We have a navigator. We need a driver.
Okay.
I can do it.
Okay, next.
Okay. Stop. I should have pushed.
Ah, light mode. Comes with the gray hair. No offense, when it's just like, yeah, totally right. And your time will come. Your address.
It looks better. I actually don't know why I still have enough dark.
It's like, yeah, right.
Last job.
Yeah.
My coworker's like, you're blinding it.
It's just like, seriously, yeah. But I can read that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, where are we at?
Okay, so then it's like, let's see here, we pulled everything down. Yeah, okay, cool. I will start the timer.
Yeah, sure.
Stats.
Oh, I see.
Great. Okay, so what are we doing next?
Okay, so. Okay, so we got the get score. I think. Now, so this feels like this is like the initial conditions of tennis. So now there needs to be a way to like, change the score somehow. So, I'm not exactly sure. What are the models?
I say that's the constructor plus is missing score here.
Yeah, I say move on the get score, we reassign score to love. I think we want to.
Before we talk about the implementation, we talk about like what tests we want to write, because I'm not too sure of like the context of the implementation. So like like what operation we want to perform as part of the test.
Player one scores a point.
Yeah, that sounds good to start out with.
What are we doing? Same thing.
Or something.
Well, we talked about the word win. I remember the word win, and you know what? We forgot to write it down, or like, I think it was something like wins point or whatever. Does anybody have
Oh, yeah.
the description up?
If at least 3 points have been scored by each side and a player has one more point than his opponent, the score of the game is bench. Okay. But then it's won by the first player to have won at least 4 points in total and at least 2 points more than the.
Okay, so I heard the word win, W-I-N, in there.
Mhm.
So maybe that's the verb that we want.
Mhm. Seems like a Boolean. You either win or lose.
Well, or is it like a method saying, hey, listen, player one wins score, and then that's the thing that would update the score, maybe.
Okay.
So
So, okay, so the verb update of the tennis game is to win a point, not win the game.
yes.
Okay, I'm getting.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think,
Scores.
yeah, the point of our current project is just to focus on one set versus the whole overarching matches. From what I
Oh, can you see
understood.
what a set is again? Like, what is it?
Actually, it's game, set, and match, which probably isn't terribly. So I know, right?
So,
So-
yeah, it's be like give set and match. I think score is. Do you score a point, or do you have a score that's like both points? Do you win 8 points? Do you win the game?
Yeah, because score is used both as a noun and a verb here. That's super confusing. So let's use the word win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or rather, my suggestion is use the word win.
Tennis Canada says that you win points.
I think it's
Oh.
fun. Let's make another tennis object in the test.
Okay, so
Yeah, basically,
Mhm.
yeah, basically. So. Let's see that, and then.
okay, this is what I originally heard. Something like that, like how do we track the state of the game? But we could also have a test that's like, who's the winner of this game that just started? And the answer is no, like that sort of thing. I don't know. I didn't quite
Oh.
catch like what the gist of the conversation was.
Cause for tennis, it's like. I guess we could, because I feel like. I mean, this is kind of what I had in my head. It's like, basically like a player goes and then like, maybe it's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say this out loud, like it's a coin toss or something if they score or not. Or like, but like, I guess we got to simplify it a lot. So I guess we could just make it to where it's just like. We could just make a method where it's just like tennis dot like player scores or something like that. Just
Yeah.
to get some down.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Player one scores a point.
Yeah, something like that.
Mhm. And then maybe that just increments it by one.
Let's see, okay, so how do we do this test? Do I implement the method to make the test?
Well, let's write the whole test. I like what we did before, right? Write the whole test so we sort of understand what needs to be there. And then, yeah.
So, okay, so player one, I think it's gonna be on the left.
Yes.
So it would be
It'd be 15.
15 left.
Yes.
Okay, so I can just
Yes.
roll the
Okay.
numbers or, I don't spell it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. So like this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, no.
it failed, yay.
We love that.
Okay, cool, yeah. Oh,
Mm.
I think you just hover over it, you can directly create a method. There, okay.
Right, so how do we represent this?
I think you can.
Okay, I think. Okay, so this might, okay, so I think what I think needs to happen is. So for the score,
You could just return a plus plus. Return player one score plus plus, like a new variable.
Well,
like, what do you mean?
Well, is it like a straight up increment?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Just an increment plus 1 point, because. Well, okay, so there's two parts to this. There's an abstraction of. You can either just straight use the strings in like a collection and then rotate through them. Or you can have a literal integers of 0 to 3 points or 1 to 4 points. And then for each point, assign a string value to it. So there's kind of like a two-step thing going on here.
gonna write it down on the board.
Yes.
Oh, because of that.
Well done.
Thank you, Mobber.
With like, okay, so we got like.
Can you write can you write over
Yeah.
there? Yeah, so it's not on the code. Yeah.
So we got like player one score. And P2 score. We can like each time that like player one scores is called, we like call method here. It like increments to 1, 2, 3, and then later we can be like, okay, we have player scores 1, we can make that 15. Or like here 2, we can get the 33 to 40. Like
Okay, yeah, because I had a similar idea, but like, I don't know how to jump, like, I don't wanna jump all the way there, I wanna do it incrementally, but it's so hard, I don't wanna just like immediately jump there, so I've kind of just been like holding back a bit, I feel, I'm like. Trying to
I can see
get
that.
like what I want out, cause I feel like it's too big of a jump.
Yeah, I guess in the interim, you could have a test that just checks the integer values first. And then later refactor it to check for the string values.
Yeah, I think it's fine to just like. Maybe jump like a tiny bit ahead, cause I do have an idea, if we like, so I think that these are two different variables.
yeah, so these are like ints that are in the class, but like they're private, I guess. We can increment them with the functions that we have here. I can't read it from the second.
From
Yeah, like player one scores would increment the P1 score.
Okay, so basically you add two, we can maybe get rid of this string score and then add two ints in here that represent player one score and player two score.
Maybe
That's not fitting.
And keep score still, it's like a concatenation of something, yeah.
We continued. Good discussion. Okay. Excellent then. Thanks. Oh, here's one that seems appropriate. How well did we collaborate? What do we think about our collaboration on that last round?
Maybe they were better than last time. But yeah, I'll-
Yeah, I think I definitely tried to, voice that I needed some help.
Yeah.
Out and like my thought process. Whatnot, so I do appreciate your help, thank you for coming up and writing that on. the board.
Yeah, I think I knew what you were trying to say, but I think just writing it helped making it more visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As like a picture is.
Versus just saying it out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really.
Oh. I mean, that's, well, we'll say about.
What's up?
That's method, that's approach 1. Approach 2 was what Stephen was saying earlier.
Been too long, I already forgot.
Well, it said dictionary, but really it would be like a collection.
Yeah, I
of
think the
grades.
dictionary would have.
And
been
then
way
you just do
easier.
position 0, position 1, position 2, if I understood you right. And then you just skip that
Cause like,
switch
that's
and then.
like 0, 1, 2, 3, and then it's just like, we have 4, so basically it's like, is this like 2 greater than the other, but like, we're supposed to talk about.
Nice. So yeah, no,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
supposed to- yeah.
yeah. So how? Any other thoughts on collaboration though? What was that for people?
Less? It might just be me.
I think we were trying to hold back so that we don't talk over each
Yeah,
other.
that's why I think that
We overcompensated.
That's driven development is hard.
Yeah,
Just want to go straight into the development.
and then it gets
My
then
biggest-
they end up debugging. That's
Yeah.
hard too. Anyway, excellent. Okay, yeah, cool. Who? Okay, so thank you, Yolene. Again, so then Ed, you're the new navigator. Who wants to be the next driver? And just the willing, there's, you know, it's not a requirement. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at me. I'm trying to not look at myself.
Yeah, I would say, well, you know, it's I could drive too if you wanted.
This
Do
will
you
come
want
out.
me to drive? Or-
You can go.
Alex?
Wait, I thought, okay, I don't know.
No, you should do it because my laptop will shut down really quick.
Oh, no, no.
My laptop will catch on fire.
This is a game laptop. Battery's kind of like not
Yeah.
doing too good.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, just make sure.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay. Oh, I should have shared.
Oh, we'll start from here.
Oh, it's. It needs to be, here's the control something. Okay, I thought I was. Didn't you to zoom in or-
Alt Shift Plus, I
Alt-
think.
Alt Shift plus, okay. So I thought it was Control Plus.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
And then you can probably remove the file,
Press them.
the folders, the project folder structure thing.
Alternatively, if you double click on tennis.java, the tab up there, it'll close all the other windows.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Also, Control Shift F12.
Alt Shift is 12 to 3.
It's fun to see how we just have these off.
I know, yeah. Well, I can't do it unless I like.
I would go with command one.
Got translated to like Mac.
And that brings the focus, command 1 brings it over the focus project window, then hit
Oh,
it again.
We'll close it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Then
Yeah.
press the folder, right, don't need the IntelliJ icon. You come to like this.
Oh, yeah, there's still a little bit of a scroll time. Well, anyway, you don't want to spend the entire time just like moving windows.
Please do
Right?
this.
So let's get something that.
Very.
Okay, well, thank you for speaking your mind.
When I see something off, I will get really annoyed.
Do not taunt Happy Fun Ball.
Press the folder right beneath the IntelliJ icon.
Meet the intelligent icon.
In the top left.
Top, the top left.
Top left.
The mouse pointer.
Go down, down. No, not that.
Oh, there's a mouse thing.
Down, just
Down.
down.
Oh, the folder on.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
folder icon.
Oh.
Folder icon, yeah.
There we go. Okay, look at that extra centimeter of screen space. Yeah.
Okay, so I think, I don't know if we had consensus, but I was thinking that we could go with tests to return. Like getting ahead of any sort of string translation or the back and forth state of like advantage and disadvantage or whatever it's deuce of scores are integers and we just can return the score as an integer. So if we had a like the test would be something like tennis.get score for player 1. And that would be an integer.
Go, okay, oh. I see. Now we're just doing the internet. Okay.
Does the earlier one pass?
Wait,
Actually-
no, I guess we got.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess more.
Well,
specifically-
and yeah, like where we're going with this though, it's like, do we want
Do we
to
want that?
get that one to pass, or should we disable it for now and then work on sort of more of a, check the internal logic first? I mean, I
Yeah.
think we got options.
Good to just disable that one for now. So we're trying to focus more on like
Okay,
the structural side.
okay.
Yeah, could you add a disabled annotation to that guy?
Sure.
And then I think we can just copy that.
That test to,
Yeah, copy that, and then we can call it something like,
down below.
yeah. The player one scores point updates, player one score, I guess to get a really long name in there. If you,
Player one score?
Yeah.
Okay. Player one scores, point updates, player one. Player one score. Okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, so tennis,
right, then, yeah, then line 42 would be something like tennis dot, get player one score. And then that would be, I guess, an eight.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna, I'm just narrating all this.
So this is gonna be,
So equal to, like, I guess one, right, because we wanna do like the E noun version of it.
okay. Okay, so I guess that's,
No, you have to test first.
well, yeah, but it's red.
Oh, right, yeah, can you undisable it, yeah,
It's red,
and then,
yeah.
let's verify, something like that, something, maybe, who knows, what about sunspot?
Yeah, let's remove the disabled, otherwise it's not gonna.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
cool.
it's very good.
You could just, if you hover, it should,
Show context actions.
Context. Oh, the top of it, or can alt enter.
Do alt enter.
All 10.
Or.
Oh, that's control that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
Oh, okay. Wait, nothing.
here's the fun part. You say, something like,
Um,
Play one school.
right.
yeah, so if you make this fail, like, yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just-
you just return player one score.
Plus plus.
No, no,
Using.
I don't. Yeah, there's like a semicolon. No, yeah, I would not put a.
Wait,
we're just
not
getting-
alternating negative.
no, no.
And you think
I
you'd
thought
want,
we were getting that it's plus one.
well,
Isn't it-
when it scores,
isn't it-
get the score as opposed to the player
Oh,
one
okay.
score.
We already.
Yes, it's just grabbing the value without,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We're doing the first step first.
Yeah, and then, okay, and then we need a member variable.
Okay. I guess I could just. That's
Zero, or, yeah.
Oh, should that be in the construct?
Oh, yeah.
You said it in the construct.
Yeah.
Cool. You need to do this.
This, oh, yeah, I get.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
designing
I
which is
mean,
something, so.
I'll just do
It's
this.
just for consistency.
Oh, sure.
Well, yeah, and the other two come as parameters, right? So you need to disambiguate the field name one from the parameter name one, and so that's, but yeah.
It's consistent. This parameters. Okay. So,
And the test should
Should
fail
fail.
differently.
right, yeah, right.
Ew,
Okay.
it's making the one more lose a zero.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, then. Yeah, because
To get. No.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because it's player one is not.
What, it's not player one score.
You scroll down.
I noticed-
Yeah.
We get
Because if we initialize it to 0, but we're
Yeah.
expecting it to be 1.
One scores is empty.
Yeah.
So, and it's being called in
Yep.
the test, so I was wondering if we could.
Mainly because we have 2 method names of similar names, because this is player 1 scores and the others get player 1 score.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So, yeah. so-
Score is both a noun and a verb.
No, let's, no, you're.
No, keep that one.
Yeah, I think okay, I think what needs to happen in there is that's where we increment this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. player was-
I think that, yeah, that should be there.
Okay, yeah,
Cool.
Alright. Okay.
Okay.
And
Let's run the test again.
Is that from the
So, yeah,
test?
you run it, then, hopefully we're right up against the 8 minutes, we can just,
Yeah, another minute and 10 seconds.
you do it for a minute, okay.
The rest of the app.
all at once.
Well, I guess let's create player score, but.
I had a comment to make, maybe we could do some refactoring in the unit tests.
Okay.
I was thinking that, since we have like the tennis, you can do tennis thing like duplicated, we could like make that like its own method. Where,
It's tense.
Oh, okay, you do like a F before each.
Oh, add for each.
Yeah, if you scroll the top and do like put a like a member variable in the tennis test class. Called tennis. Actually, do we don't do that? Maybe skip it before each. Like, I was thinking you initiate or initialize like a tennis object in the before each, but you could just have a project.
I was thinking
Oh.
like having a method that.
Oh, I see
creates
what
it,
you
like,
meant.
give instantiate, or like we can just run.
Well, I don't think, would that work? For each, I guess it might, yeah, I guess if we have a thing. Yeah.
For each would make it so that there's one instance of the thing versus
Yeah.
it's just being defined.
Okay, we're going there. You guys, okay, cool. And boy, yeah, and this is probably it for tonight. It's already 7:03. So then let's just take 2 minutes. Actually, well, yeah, let's take 2 minutes to just talk, and then we'll just do a little bit extra. So we'll talk about this round, and then we'll take another 2 or 3 for reading. Okay, so did we all feel comfortable sharing our ideas and perspectives?
Yeah.
What were some of the signs that that people were comfortable sharing our ideas and perspectives? Like how did we know?
Not worried about speaking up, so like if you have something you want to try, or if you have a comment about the current code, you can just talk, or like if you feel like you're holding yourself back and no one's speaking, then there might be something to look at there.
Nobody was shouting at each other.
It did.
I don't know. Give us another round or something. I think you'll be at each other's throats, man.
I don't know, I did feel like a little comfortable, because I wasn't like the navigator person that was like my decision might be like, the thing naturally happens, just like throwing an idea out there, felt like saying like this is what we're gonna do, but there's like other people that like they have other opinions and whatnot. That-
Yeah, that is a little hard. As the navigator, it's like, okay, well, I'm in charge now. Let me do this, you know, and like you should stop and listen to people. Yeah. That's part of it too.
Deliberating, yeah.
Okay, thoughts on the evening. So then, what was this like? You'll be doing it again on Wednesday. What are some of the things that you want to take with you? What are some of the things that you don't want to make sure that you don't repeat?
I liked when we when we mapped out the problem before like even getting into coding. Like we took a good session to make sure that everyone understood the problem, or like
Smart.
the ultimate goal of what we're trying to do. I think it's just kind of like the problem itself is awkward and trying to translate it to code. But I think in terms of mapping it out, I think we did a great job.
Good.
Yeah, that is a good point, because like I think with a paired program, you can maybe get away with like, you're not exactly on the same page, but when you get more people in it, it's like, it just turns into a giant mess. You're not, coordinating.
Everyone's trying to get their own version of the implementation in on the screen. Like I know I was in my head, I was like, we gotta do it this way, but like, then you have to make sure everybody's involved. Because if it's just your version, then you're not mom program, you're not pair program, you're just solo program.
Yeah, I think maybe we should have like come up with like a structure of the program, maybe like before we started, because like everyone started having like different ideas like after. But it was like, we had like some sort of idea, like the base idea up here, but then it was like implementation kind of like, it got a bit split.
Although I like what you did coming back to, we sort of had the initial brainstorm to kind of get the language, and we wrote and after a couple of unit tests, it became, I think, clear that's like, oh, we need to dive into this some more. And then, right, you went back to the whiteboard as opposed to just trying to write the code. I think that's healthy. And so then, declaring like, oh, this round is going to be a design round, a planning round, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's like what is that waterfall mob programming where you go back up and you give me.
Well, yeah. Well, but it's also practical, right? It's like, hey, if you get to a point where like you're not sure what code to write, or you're like maybe you have a round or maybe even 2 rounds where it's just like, oof, we didn't get much done, or it's like, we're still arguing about what color the bike shed should be. Let's take the hands off the keyboard and have a discussion. Nice.
Yeah, I guess that's good. Yeah, recognizing when you're in that state, any new states, you get away from the keyboard, let's get to the whiteboard.
Wait, arguing about what color the what should be?
Oh, the bike shed. This is a famous thing in computer science. The whole idea is that, I mean, there was this article back probably in the 90s by now, talking about how the engineering team spent all their time arguing about what color the bike shed would be. Who cares? It's a bike shed, right? That's not the most important decision to make. And so then, right, but it's also very natural to sort of like key in on some particular aspect or something. Excellent, cool. Hey, I realized we didn't give anybody who was remote, if anybody's still awake. Any thoughts from people that weren't here in the room in terms of any questions that you want to ask the mobbers about their experiences, or any observations you'd like to share? Oh, Molly, let's see here. Definitely a weird experience just watching. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That is true.
You have a mob of 20 next time, just get everyone to come in.
Yeah. Right.
Well, at that point, how effective would it actually be?
Yeah. I mean, it would be more like the operating theory. It wouldn't be all 20 people in the mob. It would be like, having,
like actually
4 or 6 people, and then there would
a
be
bunch of other people just
Yeah,
kind of
watching.
around for.
Yeah.
All the researchers, the business analytics and all the different groups.
Yep. Or just people that just want to, observe and they learn. Yeah. Nice. See here.
A speaker.
Nice. Right, honorable gentlemen. Okay. Excellent. So anyway, we're gonna be doing this ×4. I'm kind of curious to be how loud it is. I think we'll only have like 5 or 6 people per mob though. So this one is a little bigger. It's fine. It was good to have some extra voices, especially here the first time. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. And looking forward to seeing everybody in class. It's always good to get everybody together.
We can actually use more of the projector.
Exactly. All this nice stuff people paid for. Okay. Hey, have a great couple of days, everybody. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Thanks.